Welcome all to the meeting. Let's give 2 minutes for everyone to just join. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Smarter Businesses with AI. My name is Bonnie. I'm the director of BMINDS AI. First of all, let me thank you all for taking time to join us today. I know everyone is busy, but I promise this session will be very valuable. So today we'll be exploring all kinds what we can do and what AI can do for your business. So let me introduce my colleagues who are joining with us. Mr. Devesh Ishwar, as well as Puneet. They will be also along taking the session for these things. So Devesh, next slide.
Good morning, everybody.
Can we go to the next? Yeah. So we'll be just telling you all the insights what BMINDS AI can do and why we exist, and all the AI solutions we are building, from smart systems to digital avatars and 3D experience. Also, we'll be sharing the real world use cases and demos and how AI can help your business transform. And we'll be sharing why BMINDS AI and why it's the right partner for your organization. Next slide. So let me give you a glance about what's BMINDS AI and what we do. So we are an AI solutions company based right here in Ternaki. Even though our registered office is in Ternaki, we provide services and work with clients all across New Zealand and Australia. So what does make different from other companies is like we focus on ethical and collaborative AI. And our mission is to build businesses and communities unlock their full potential through all intelligent and ethical AI solutions. And our vision is to become a global leader in co-creating future-ready AI technologies that seamlessly integrate with human intelligence and fostering smarter and more connected world. We have also partnered with Dave AI, a global tech firm, which allow us to combine cutting-edge global expertise with local New Zealand insights. So in short, BMINDS AI is about bringing the future of AI to businesses right here in New Zealand, but in a practical, that's ethical and tailored to your needs. So I hand over to Devesh for rest of it.
Great. So thanks, Bonnie, and welcome again to everybody. Now let us talk a little bit about demystifying AI, because there are a lot of things which have been talked about in the past few months and few years around artificial intelligence. A lot of them are correct. A lot of things that can be done. There are a lot of things that cannot be done with artificial intelligence at this point in time. So what we'll try to do is we'll try to do a little bit of demystifying what is AI, and more importantly, we'll try to show certain use cases or certain case studies which may be applicable to your businesses, right? So that is what we try to focus on. So let's start with a fun fact, right? Now, of course, all of us use ChatGPT in various forms, right? Uh, but the fundamental thing is why Chat GPT, right? Chat, we can understand it is a chatting platform where sort of you're interacting with an AI system. But what about GPT? So GPT is fundamentally generative pre-trained transformer, right? So it's a technical term, which means that we have used or OpenAI has used a transformer model, and there are so many different AI models or a lot many models which are there brought out by different companies. So they have used transformer model to generate or create word-based models, and these are trained on almost the entire data of internet. Uh, till 2021, right? So as you know, this ChatGPT was released in 2022. So the training of the models have been done, right, till 2021, right? After that, it may not really give any correct answers to various things which have been happening in the world, right? So that is what is ChatGPT, and GPT has that specific connotation from a technical standpoint. Now, now, as DAVI, what do we do, right? Uh, so there are two aspects of using AI for different brands, right? So, different organizations or enterprises. The first is that a brand or an enterprise interacts a lot with their employees and with external customers, right? So of course, we generally will use email, we may use WhatsApp, we may use phone calls and all that for different conversations. Now in AI, we can use AI for having a conversation, right, between a brand or an enterprise and the user, right? Uh, so that is the conversation part, and a lot of that can be automated. It will look a human like a conversation. A lot of work has been done in that area uh, from a technical standpoint. uh, uh, and within DAVI, we have basically done a lot of work on personalization, right? So when you're talking to an AI agent or an AI bot, it should not look like that you're talking to a machine, right? So the interaction should be more human, more contextual. So that is where we have worked quite a bit on personalization of conversation. So that's the first part, which is the conversation part. And of course, this conversation can be done in speech, it can be done in text, or both, right? And at the back end, we have natural language processing engine, which is there. We use large language model or small language model engines, right? So these are the engines which are working behind the scenes in making things happen, right? Now, the other part is visualization, right? So there's a lot of so when you're interacting with a person, so fundamentally you see a person and then you're interacting with that person. So we are trying to replicate the same thing in digital world by adding avatars, right? So there are different shapes and forms that we can add from an avatar point of view. Both males and females have different slangs and speaking tones, etc. So that is another expertise that we have. So one is the conversation part. Second is visualization. It can be avatar. It can be sort of creating three-dimensional views of different products, different workspaces, etc. So these are the two areas that we work in, and we have gained some expertise in these two areas. And for both of them, we have patents which have been granted by Government of India, and we are waiting for a global patent in these two areas, right? Conversation as well as visualization, right? So that is overall overall experience and expertise that we have. Now, let us quickly jump into the AI solutions, right? So what are some of the solutions that we can that are applicable? Uh, so So as you know, AI solutions are applicable across the organization value chain. It doesn't really matter whether in which industry you are in, right? So you will be in banking, you can be in retail, you can be in real estate, uh, or any other business, right? There is an applicability of using artificial intelligence across your value chain, right? For example, if you take the sales and marketing space, right? So in sales and marketing space, we can use artificial intelligence to improve lead generation, right? So improving the lead generation and lead conversion, right? And we have implemented these type of solutions across multiple large enterprises like Suzuki Motors, Toyota, BYD, etc. in the automotive space and other verticals in retail and banking, where the lead generation and conversion rate has improved around 18 to 22%, right? By using AI-based solutions, fundamentally because they are on 24/7, right? And so those type of things are there. Then if you look at operations, right? If you look at business operations within the operation, the different parts of the operations, it can be HR, finance, supply chain, etc. So if we look at the internal operations of a business, we can use artificial intelligence solutions for improving the business process efficiency, right? So we are doing certain work with, for example, with the large enterprise in automotive space in India, where we are trying to improve the operational efficiency of HR function, of administration function, finance function. So these different functions, so that they can. So some of the tasks which can be done by artificial intelligence are done by artificial intelligence, and the people can sort of, or the employees can focus more on the value-added tasks, right, which require more creativity, etc. And if you look from a post-sales environment, uh, once the sale has been done of a particular product or service, there's a lot of work that needs to be done from a customer experience perspective, right? So, for example, if you've sold an insurance to a company, or you've sold or you've sold a car, or you've sold any other product based on the product on services that you are in, uh, AI can help in improving the customer experience post sales, right? So there's always that connectivity and stickiness that we can have with our customers using AI solutions, as opposed to a situation where we have to deploy a team of resources who's always checking back with the customers. Are you happy with the product that you're using? Do you want any additional help, and so on and so forth? So a lot of those type of activities post sales era can be done using artificial intelligence. So these are some of the things that can be done. Let me just now talk about a few specific solutions which can be looked at. The first one is smart chat solutions, right? So basically, so the conversation part, right? So when, for example, let us take an example. If a customer is trying to buy an automobile, right, a vehicle, a car uh, for his or her family, right? So there's a lot of discovery that needs to be done, in the sense that which model I should buy, what is the price, what are the different features, what are the safety features, right? So there are multiple queries one has uh, on various products before buying. So in the current scenario, we will either call up, we'll go to their website of various brands, and sort of try to figure out, right, what are the answers to all these questions. So we can provide an AI system which can be sitting on your website, or it can be sitting on WhatsApp, where the AI agent, right, or the AI system will be able to address queries from customers related to a variety of things, right? Can be related to the product features. It can be related to how the things have to be bought, what should be done after sales services, and so on. So all those things can be done using a AI-powered chatbots, right? So that is one area that we expertise in, and that is one of the solutions which is being used by a lot of enterprises. The second is digital assistants or avatars, right? So avatar is basically putting a face to the conversation, right? So those are the avatars. So we have a strong pipeline and expertise in building avatars, right? The three-dimensional avatars, two-dimensional avatars. There are pros and cons against for each one of them. But fundamentally, we can put a face for the conversation, which is the AI based avatars. The third part is 3D visualization, right? So basically using basically augmented reality and virtual reality, right? Using these technologies, we can actually build virtual experiences, three-dimensional virtual experiences. It can be immersive or otherwise, using this artificial, using the AR and VR, right? The augmented reality and virtual reality uh, technologies. Right? So that's the virtual 3D experience. And then the analysis, right? So now any business will have a lot of analysis that is to be done. For example, for sales, what's the analysis? For finance, what's the analysis which is there, right? So all those analysis in the current scenario, we have various BI tools, right? So we have the business intelligence tools typically that we use. Now, what's the AI part? Using AI, one can actually make this analysis dynamic, right? So one need not be an expert in artificial intelligence in using this AI-based solutions for data analytics. So one has to just write the query in a natural language, and we will get a response. And basically, the AI will actually do all the analysis, go into the databases, get the answer, generate an answer, and give it back to you in natural language, right? For example, you may want to know that how many inquiries have come for a particular product sales in the last 1 month, right? So that is the query. One need not go into an Excel file or a database to figure out what it is. You just write that query in natural language, right? As we are conversationally speaking, and then the AI will understand what is the context, what's the query all about, go into the databases and generate or understand the answer and generate an answer in a language which is a natural language that we can understand and give it back to you. So the analysis becomes that much dynamic, right? So one can one can do the analysis of various data points on the fly, right? One need not have canned reports. Typically, we have to make a canned report, and you can say, okay, uh, marketing analysis in the last 6 months, right? So we have to just select it, and that's what the BI system solutions which are there will give. But in AI-based system, we have to just use natural language, right? So these are some of the things which are there. AI-based solutions which can be relevant to most of you. Now let us try to look at a few use cases, uh, use case videos, right? So this is one type of video. Let me just play this.
Today's bots harness the power of generative AI to craft dynamic, tailored interactions in real time. Take the home lifestyle industry, for example. Can you fathom having a chatbot that not only responds to customer inquiries, but crafts personalized, relevant answers on the fly? Imagine customers querying about the latest decor trends or seeking advice on interior design and receiving not just answers, but insights infused with creativity and relevance. What would do?
So this example is basically for a real estate industry, where virtually a user can sort of start interacting with this avatar, and there's a 3D visualization of the property, right? And then they can look at the property, ask certain questions with from the avatar in speech or text, and basically change certain configurations based on whatever we basically program using AI systems. and we can basically relook or remodel the property, right? So same thing can be done for other visual products, right? That can be in automotive and retail, for example. So this is an example which is there, which can be looked at. Now, just a quick peek on backend, right? What is happening at the backend? How is the AI systems able to do all these things, right? So just to give a quick explanation, at the front end, what you see is basically what is known as microbots, right? So there are microbots which are there, which is basically a persona of a human being, right? So that human being can be a salesperson, right? Or a customer support person, or a sales companion, right? So different avatars or different microbots are there, right? So those are the front end, right? The virtual front end people who are there. And at the back end, there are two things which are working. One is the AI agents. Now you can look at you can look at it as small people who are virtual, and they are basically trained in certain specific tasks, right? For example, in an automotive environment, for example, one may, if one is trying to buy a vehicle, one will try to do a test drive booking, right? So the booking assistant is one set of tasks which have to be done, and that can be done by a special agent, which is the AI agent or a virtual agent. Similarly, if one is interested in trying to understand what are the finances which are available, right? So what loan can I take? What are the different agencies for giving these loans? What insurance I can take, and so on. So there is an agent which is trained specifically in that area, right? So there are a bunch of agents which are there. So all these agents sort of work in unison, right? And based on the conversation which this microbot is having with the user, it will actually invoke at the backend any of these or multiple agents to basically converse with the user, right? So that is how this system works, and the brain of this entire system is basically a language model, right? So basically, it can be a large language model, and there are so many large language models which are there in the market, like ChatGPT, of course, the most popular one. Then apart from that, we have Llama, which is from Meta, and Mistral. There are multiple. And recently, China has released the DeepSeek as one of the large language models. So fundamentally, these large language models can sort of understand the context of various things, right? And then give an answer. But what we have realized is that a lot of organizations or enterprises want the conversation to be focused on their products and services, right? And that's where the concept of small language model comes in, right? So that is the second part. So we can build a small language model for an enterprise. So the plus point of that is this small language model becomes the property of the enterprise, right? Once it's built, and that becomes an intelligent platform for that enterprise. And over a period of time, since at the back end we have learning algorithms, it will sort of understand the business of the organization in its nuances, and be a great help to the organization executives, right? So that's a small language part. So we build this enterprise level small language model or domain small language models for various customers, as well as we can use any large language models which are available either commercially like ChatGPT, or it can be an open source sort of freeware platform like Llama, right? So that's what is working at the back end. Now jumping back to some other use cases. We talked about sales agents, right? So let us look at one example where there's a website, right? There's in this example we have used a Best Buy website, where the user goes and the user is trying to find out information about a particular product and try to compare, right? So AI agents can actually help in that exercise in this use case. Let me just quickly play this.
Hey there, good day. I'm Dave and I'm here to welcome you to the Best Buy's virtual store experience. The Apple iPhone 13 Pro on the left comes with
Yeah, so in this use case, in this example, the user is trying to find out or compare two iPhone models, right? And instead of going to the website and searching what are the differences, AI can sort of generate the answer and explain that, like a typical salesperson will be doing in real time.
the 5.8-inch Super Retina HD display, which is a bit smaller when compared to the 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display that the iPhone 14 Pro Max has on the right. Both phones have good 12MP primary cameras, but the 14 Pro Max model has smart HDR3 to click amazing photos. The iPhone 13 Pro also has an A15 Bionic chip as against the A16 chip on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which makes it faster. The 14 Pro Max model is also lighter in weight, even with the bigger display.
Which one would you recommend?
With both these models having a similar price tag, I would go ahead with the Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max, because it outclasses the iPhone 13 Pro in every aspect.
Yeah, so basically the user can sort of interact with the avatar and sort of ask any questions around it, right? Which it just did. So that is one of the use case which is there. We can do we can have virtual sales agents, and these sales agents can be deployed either on the organization's website, or it can be a WhatsApp based system, or it can be a on-premise kind of a solution where we can have kiosks in store. For example, there's a retail chain which is there. So we can have multiple kiosks which can be installed within the store. And the user can sort of, if they have any questions about the various products which are there in the retail store, so they can sort of ask that in natural language, right? So we'll have one example for that. So that is another use case which is there. The third one is what we are showcasing is product visualization, right? So let us quickly have a look at it. So for example, let us in this example, this is a real estate sort of an example where we have a 3D visualization of a space, and then the user can sort of ask any questions and sort of make some changes into the configuration, right? And the bot or the AI system can actually pick up the right product and basically change the visualization, right? So that the buyer or the user can sort of visualize how the property will be like with certain changes. So it's a quick look at this one.
Style brand create buying experience online that it well offer in their experience centers. Catalogs and fast development landscape. How can these brands consistently provide the best digital buying experience to customers? Introducing AI's Intention Visualizer by state-of-the-art visualization and AI technology. Product segment: furniture, plywood and lamps, home furnishing, modular kitchen, marbles, tiles, and etc. can now be seamlessly visualized in concept application areas, both residential and commercial. Dave AI's proprietary visualization technology helps create real-life-like visualizations on web, mobile applications, virtual and augmented reality. The Visualizer software is available in 2D with high-quality pre-rendered images, 3D where customers can view the room from any angle and select products that suit their taste, virtual reality, where customers can be teleported into the concept rooms to visualize products up and close, and augmented reality, allowing customers to view products in their own spaces, bridging the gap between imagination and reality. The platform enables complex product configurations, like furnitures or modular kitchens, enabling customers an engaging and personalized discovery experience. Dave AI's
Right. So fundamentally, we can sort of change any configuration, right? And this case is a real estate example. It can be any other product which can be configured for different, for example, in an automotive sector, it can be the configuration of a vehicle, right? So that can be changed. So that's a 3D visualization visualization part, right? Now let us take one more example in banking, right? So this is one use case that we have done where we have deployed a kiosk, and the user can sort of start interacting with the kiosk both in text and speech. And in this example, the user is trying to find out what are some of the loan options which are available with this bank.
Hi there, how may I help you today? I am glad that you are interested in the KBL Express car loan. Do you have an existing relationship with Karnataka Bank? Sure, KBL has one of the best schemes available for car loans. What feature would you like to know about? Got it. Minimum net monthly income is rupees 15,000.
Car loan age limit?
The minimum age limit to apply for KBL Express car loan is 18 years and maximum is 70 years of age. I see. Salaried, self-employed agriculturists are eligible to apply for the loan. Loan can also be availed in the name of proprietorship, partnership, limited liability partnership firm, cooperative societies, companies incorporated under Companies Act.
Tell me about method of repayment.
The method of repayment is an equated monthly installment inclusive of principal amount and interest. What loan amount are you looking for? Please fill up your details and I will have an executive reach out to you.
Right, so that's another example where we can have a kiosk-based system in a bank in this case, where the user is sort of interacting with it, and we can sort of connect it with the banking system based on the security protocols, etc. And basically, so this is the virtual banking that can be done. The same system can be actually installed on the website as well, so one need not go to the branch. So these are some of the examples now which are there. Now the number of use cases are phenomenally high, right? So it's only the imagination that is the limitation. So one can actually use this technology of artificial intelligence across multiple use cases across the organization. So right, so fundamentally, you can actually start thinking of some of the use cases which are relevant for some of the pain points you may have in your organization. It can be related to sales and marketing of your products and services. It can be related to improving the efficiency of internal operations. It can be related to post-sales activities that you do, and so on, right? So the tech behind this, there are all these primary technologies that we use. We use a lot of the large language models and small language models that we talked about earlier. We use generative artificial intelligence, where we can actually generate content, we can generate text, etc., and speech using AI technology. We have virtual avatars which are there, and at the back end we have developed a platform that we call as Grid, right? So Grid Studio, and through this self-contained environment or platform, we can create AI-based conversations and and AI-based visualization and a combination. And all our solutions are GDPR compliant. That means the data privacy and data sovereignty is assured, right? And that is how we are able to work with large enterprises various enterprises, banks, etc., where data privacy and data sovereignty are key aspects. And we have been working on these type of solutions for the last 8 to 9 years across multiple brands, multiple global brands in various verticals like automotive, retail, banking, real estate, and so on. Right. Uh, so that is the overall use cases that we could show. Uh, so this chart basically shows some use cases which can be done for different verticals, right? So all the use cases we have not been able to show here because of time constraint, but there are multiple use cases that can be done, and we would be happy to sit with you and try to understand your business pain points which are there, and then suggest some AI-based solutions that can potentially address some of the challenges that you may have. It can be customer facing, it can be internal efficiency, and so on, right? So multiple things can be done, right? Using voice, using speech, using text, and using chat, right? So these are the avenues that we can look at from an interaction perspective. So these are some of the industrial applications for different verticals. Now let me hand it back to Bhavani, right? And he will take us through the rest of the session.
Thanks, Devesh. We had a wonderful time and your session was really good. And so let me answer this question, why BMINDS AI? So as I mentioned you in the beginning, like we provide all kind of ethical AI solutions and transparency. And moreover that we have the local presence and with the global reach, also we have all the global technology which we can deploy. And most important thing is like we provide a customer and a scalable solution. It means like we sit with the clients, we understand their business, we understand what's their business gaps and what's their issues they currently face, and we provide right solutions for how with AI. AI can be used to bridge the gap and also increase the efficiency. So we understand one-to-one, and we also provide all kind of free consultations. Once we understand the business, and we provide a concept deck, which will give you a good idea how your business can be transformed with AI. And later we provide demos, and then we can go into the integration part. So we have solutions from smart system chats to immersive 3D experience, and which we can deliver, and we make it AI practical, ethical, and built for your business. Devesh, can you go to the next slide? So as I mentioned, we provide free AI consultations to everyone. You can just go to this website and register through the contact, or just register your interest. We will be reaching out to you, or also you can directly email to us. I will just put the every details in the chat also in the Q&A session. So you can just go and just connect with us. So we are ready for Q&A session. If you guys have any questions, you can just put it on the chat, or you can just talk to us. If you're happy for the questions, you can just either put on chat or just directly talk to us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for this. The session has been very informative. Thank you very much. So I also am interested on Copilot. So I guess that we have two big audiences. Like we have the ones that are ChatGPT or more in the space of tailored agents. But what happened with to boost like general productivity for the most of the majority of organizations, and also a little bit of the what experiences have you had with organizations that are using at the moment Copilot around the return of investment, Wanted to understand a little bit what are you seeing on the ground with those organizations, how much are they implementing, etc. with Copilot specifically in terms of efficiencies gains.
Yeah, so thanks for the question. Now, what we have seen across working across the globe with multiple organizations, so people are actually adopting co-pilot or AI agent-based systems for certain use cases, right? So how it actually starts, what we call as AI curious. Initially, the organization want to sort of use AI in their environment for one or two use cases, right? So one or two small use cases that they basically try out, just to try out whether it is applicable to me, does it work, is all the buzz and the hype, is it justified, etc. So organizations sort of start using AI-based systems for one or two use cases, and once they get confident of the usage, then they sort of expand to other use cases, right? So, and that is consistently we have seen as the adoption trend from AI curious, and then once they realize that there are benefits, then they basically try to implement it across or broad based it across various use cases, various verticals, or various business processes, right? And if you look from an ROI perspective or from a benefits perspective, now if these systems are incorporated in a sales and marketing area for increasing sales, so what we have observed using A/B testing, we have observed that once the people start using or organizations start using these AI systems, the lead conversion and the lead generation, it has gone anywhere between 18 to 22%, right, for enterprises. And if you look from an efficiency point of view, so these are early stages from an efficiency improvement point of view, but what we have seen is the improvement in efficiency of various business processes is basically by increasing the velocity or automating some repetitive tasks, etc. Anywhere between 15 to 20% of efficiency improvement is what we have observed, right? But the question about adoption of these technologies, it has been in various organizations. They start with one or two use cases, and then basically expand it to other use cases. Because each organization is slightly different, culture-wise, product-wise, etc. So the AI solution, the AI technology has to be tweaked a little bit to suit the organization culture and priorities. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you. And sorry, can I add another question? I don't know. I know that Microsoft is a little bit tricky in terms of licenses, has a lot of variety of licenses. The last the last number that I had in my mind was like $50 per person or something like that. So has been any variations or on licenses to be more easy to adapt for organizations? And also because I understand that that's per user. So that could mean like a lot of investment for the company, or organization. So yeah, a little bit asking on the economic part, and also if you're consulting, does that type of offers that in that space, like helping the organization move or implementing those tools.
Yeah. So basically, if you look from a Microsoft Copilot point of view, incidentally we work closely with Microsoft as a partner, and we are jointly working on certain projects related to AI using Microsoft technology. So two things are there. Now, let us say if it is a largish organization, there are multiple users. Let us say 25 to 30 or 50 users are there. Then if you look from a pricing point of view, having a per user pricing may become slightly expensive. So for those type of situations where the number of users are a little bit on the higher side, we would recommend that we basically develop certain systems which are not user-based pricing, but more of bulk pricing, in the sense that so not user-based pricing, some other pricing model should be there. So those type of models that we can look at. But I think the main thing is related to the use case, right? So Copilot or XYZ, there are more technology questions. More importantly, the discussion should be around the use case and what is the benefit that is expected out of the AI system, and then we sort of select, right, whether we should go with a Microsoft Copilot or we should go with a solution which can be built, custom built for the organization, right? So those questions are there. And the pricing typically that you see that gets advertised are vanilla pricing, right? So wherever there's a little bit of customization, there is some add-on. So there are multiple hidden charges can be there around it, right? So finally, it all depends on the use case, what's the output required, what's the customization required, what's the integration which required with how many systems, etc. So these are the questions which sort of decides on which technology and what price point one can work on.
Awesome,
I hope
thank you.
that was clear. Yeah, welcome.
Any more questions? We're happy to answer. If you want, you can put the questions in the chat box also. We can answer to that. There's a good question from Kani. Is there any specific AI tools farmers or in an agriculture-based activity can be done?
Yeah, so we can actually discuss some of the use cases that you may have in mind from an agriculture sector perspective. There are a lot of applicability of AI systems in the agriculture sector. Just to give you an example, if understanding the weather pattern or understanding of various aspects that are required from an environment point of view, that is important. So we can use AI systems to ask queries rather than searching across multiple platforms. That can be done, so that a chatbot sort of a system can be used for agriculture. Second, one can use AI systems for analysis, right? So if you have to analyze the produce, right? Let us say there's a trend of produce or data of the crop which are produced over a period of time. What is the ideal combination of crops, right? So what is the what can be done around it? What are some of the recommendations that can be done? So that type of analysis can be done using AI system. Yeah, so there are multiple other use cases related to analytics that can be done in the agriculture system for the entire value chain, right from procurement of seeds to harvesting, so the entire value chain, right? So that can be taken up. So I think we need to discuss a little bit in detail on the particular use case, and jointly one can identify areas depending on the business problems, depending on the ROI around it. So that can be discussed separately. Hope that answers your question.
Thank you all for joining for the session. And if you guys want to book a free consultation, I'll put the link on the chat. You guys can send me an email, or just you can visit the website and just fill the contact us form, and we'll reach out to you. Thank you all for joining, especially to everyone. Devish, thanks for your time. Puneet, Ishwar, and everyone else, thanks for joining. Thank you.
Everybody. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.
Good day.